What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Season 3 of the Life at Disney podcast Disney College Program miniseries. I'm Josiah.
And I'm Holly, and we are your hosts.
And you are looking at a brand new set for Season 3.
It's so exciting. I feel like we have a lot of new going on right now. It's a new year. This is a new season, Season 3. There's a lot to look forward to. I know I'm looking forward to the Epcot transformation being complete.
Yeah, for me, I think I'm most looking forward to Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
We have a couple of reimagined shows too. So The Voyage of Little Mermaid at Disney's Hollywood Studios and the Country Bear Musical Jamboree at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, and we can see all of this because Good to Go days for cast members are coming, so we don't even need a reservation to go to the parks.
Exactly. I feel like this just might be the best year to apply for the Disney College Program. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, no. Now that you said it, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
You know what? To be safe, let's not put all of that on us. Let's bring in some current participants and they can share their experience.
You know what? That is such a good idea because we actually have 2 participants here. So let's just bring them in. Let's just get into it.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Welcome to the show, Tasia and Isaac. We're so excited to have you guys here. Tasia is a recent graduate from Alabama A&M where she studied criminal justice, and she currently works at Big Top Souvenirs in Magic Kingdom and recently became a trainer.
That's right. And we've got Isaac, who is a marketing major at Modesto Junior College, who works in outdoor vending at Magic Kingdom. Tasia, Isaac, we're so excited to have you guys here.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's just jump right in. How did you hear about the Disney College Program?
So I heard about the Disney College Program actually by scrolling on Instagram and with my family. Never experiencing Disney before. I thought that it would be a great opportunity. So I decided to apply and here I am.
Yeah, I had a coworker from my last job who worked at Liberty Square Market during her program, and she told me about it and I applied. It was really easy. It took probably around 15 to 20 minutes and I was setting up my phone interview.
And then this conversation, like how did that even come up?
Yeah, so she took a break in between her program just to like a mini vacation back home. And during that time, she was showing me like pictures of Flamingo and like her time here. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's really cool. Like, I can't wait. I want to try it. I want to go there. And I have never been to Disney World. I went to Disneyland when I was growing up. But so it was like that idea of living at Disney and being able to go whenever you want was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you mentioned Flamingo, which is Flamingo Crossings Village, which is where you get to live if you come on the program. And that was where you got to live for a little bit. Very cool. Full circle moment. Okay, speaking of full circle, walk me through when you got the notification that you had been accepted into the program. What was your reaction and what made you decide to say yes? Because obviously you did. You're here now. So what was the deciding factor?
So I was actually accepted twice. So the first time I applied, I got accepted. But at the very last second, I kind of got a little nervous and I didn't think that I was ready to move so far away from home. So I kind of chickened out. However, I stayed in contact with my recruiter and he was very helpful. And once the year came, he introduced me to the Disney on the Yard cohort. And with that, I was like, oh, Disney and Disney on the Yard, like, and it's a brand new program. So I was like, of course, I have to do it. And then once I accepted, I knew that it would be an opportunity to where I could allow my family to come as well because they never experienced it. So I took it and here I am.
Yeah, so for me, getting accepted was really just like, I wasn't expecting it at all because it was obviously super spontaneous and it took me such a short time to apply and get everything. So once I was accepted, it was like, wow, now I really have to think about it. And then I realized like, okay, so I can take a semester off or I could just take 1 to 2 classes. That way it's manageable for me. And then I just kind of jumped right in, was like, I'm going to do it. My family ended up driving me all the way to Florida. From California, it was like a 42-hour drive.
Oh my gosh.
So that was a lot of fun. A road trip. Why not? And then, yeah, it kind of just went on from there. Ever since then, I've been here.
Yeah. So you accepted, you agreed, you make the drive down 42 hours, you're here, you're experiencing it all. Was it what you imagined?
I feel like for me, it was more than I imagined because I knew I was coming to work and I knew that it would be a job, but the endless opportunities that I was able to gain while I was here definitely opened my eyes. And it also allowed me to step out of my comfort zone as well with things that I never thought that I would do. So that's why I'm still here as long as I am, just because Disney has opened up so many doors for me.
Yeah, I have to agree. It's definitely more than I imagined. I didn't expect myself to take like classes at Flamingo, and that's a lot of fun. There's so many people we can meet through those classes. I took a marketing class to align with my major. There are just so many different things we can do here.
Okay, so I like that you both touched on, like, obviously you're here to work, you're in the parks, that's really exciting. You're both in Magic Kingdom, but there is so much more that you get to do on the program. Can you talk a little bit more about like how you've taken advantage of all of these different learning opportunities and everything the program has to offer?
So at first when I came, I did the class where you sit and you learn how to make the most of your stay at Flamingo Crossing. So with that class, I was able to learn about the different certificates that you can get by attending the classes. So at first I really wasn't into it, but once I actually took a class, I was like, oh, like this is something that I could use just with my future. And so with that, I earned certificates and I was like, oh, I want another one. So then I took another class and I got another one. And it's not just where you're sitting in and just listening to someone talk. It's where you're actually, you can be hands-on. You can do backstage tours. Like it's so many different activities that you can do. And I thought that it was fun. So now it's just like, I can't stay out of the classes. It's just like, I'm on Dorms, which is the website that they use to post the classes. And I'm on there like stalking and I'm like, ooh, sign up, just because it's so fun.
I took a few classes, but I try to focus on classes that really align with my future and what I actually want to do. So I took the marketing class. That was a lot of fun. I try to take classes of like people who could potentially be my boss in Disney. They offered a lot of different classes that include that. So I was like, well, this person could be my boss. Why not go see them teach a class?
Yeah. So it's cool to see that in your own unique ways, you're making the most of your program, right? But I think, of course, the biggest part of the program is your role and what you're doing in the park. So can you explain a little bit about what your role is, the location, and just what the experience is like?
So basically, I work at Big Top Souvenirs at Magic Kingdom. So essentially, I'm able to work in merchandise and food and beverage. So outside of my location, within the outer ring of it, we sell sweatshirts, hoodies, just a lot of merchandise. And then in the middle, we sell sweet treats and cookies. We also make the caramel popcorn that you may find at Epcot in Germany. We sell that. Super good.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that was even available at Magic Kingdom.
It
is. I'm going to come visit you.
Yes, please do. Yeah, so we make the caramel popcorn and then we also make cotton candy as well. So I think that it's pretty cool to be at a location where not only do I get to see the merchandise side, but I also get to see the food and beverage as well.
Yeah, so I'm outdoor vending or outdoor food, some people might know it as. It's pretty much like the popcorn stands and the ice cream stands. So we sell anything from a Mickey bar to pretzels to churros and all that. My current role is I'm a stocker for them. So I pretty much go to each cart and I fulfill inventory and make sure everything is like up to par and, you know, make sure it's good for the cast members that are working the carts. We also close the carts out every night. We help clean the carts, just things like that. Outdoor vending is a lot of fun. It also allows me to talk and make magic. So it's always good.
Okay, so you both work with food. Do you have a favorite treat at Disney?
Mine is the peanut butter chocolate cookie.
Oh,
every time
yes.
It's so good. And then if you take it, like I'll take it to my apartment and warm it up.
That's genius.
So good.
I'm getting all the tips here.
Yes. So good.
The strawberry bar, it's just like a strawberry ice cream bar. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Like super simple, but that's definitely my favorite treat.
Especially when it's like hot in Florida, which is like
all the time.
99% of the year. Yeah. Okay, so Isaac, you touched on this a little bit about making magic, which is a big part of the role. How do you guys make magic in your roles?
I make magic every single day. I feel like as soon as they open the doors, if I see you with a pen, I'm saying happy birthday to you. Sometimes you'll see that there are parents who may seem a little stressed, and I'll never forget, actually just early last week, I was able to make magic with a guest because with our case, and our case line is basically where we sell the treats. Kids, they have a lot to choose from. So I was able to relieve some stress because they bought their child a cookie, and once she got it, she didn't want that. She wanted a cupcake. So she screamed the entire way out of the circus tent because she wanted a cupcake. So I saw the stress on the parent. So I asked my coordinator, I said, they just bought like 5 treats. Their child does not want this cookie. Is it okay if I magic moment and treat them to a cupcake? And so I went and I asked the family, does she have any allergies or anything? Because of course that's always important. And they said no. And the child wanted a vanilla cupcake. So I was able to magic moment that. And they just like the release of stress that I saw on their face, they were like, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And it's just little things like that, or even just greeting someone and telling them happy birthday. Hi, how are you doing? How was your visit? It just means the most to not only them, but me as well, because I can like perk up their day or just make their visit even more magical.
Yeah, I think making magic is super simple. Guests will be very thankful if you even just say congratulations if they have, a married for 20 years pin. One particular magic moment that I can think of off the top of my head was previous Halloween parties. There was a little boy, he was dressed up as Lumiere. Aww. And he had like candles for his arms, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So I gave him a Mickey bar. And he like grabbed the Mickey bar with the 2 candle tips, and he definitely dropped it like 3 times. But I didn't realize his family was on TikTok live. So she got like a snippet of me and then him going like this, screaming, I got a free Mickey bar to every single person they passed. So that was kind of fun. But I like found the video and I was like, that looks like me. I was like, that is me. Oh no. And he just like obviously while working, I didn't get to see it. But after seeing him, man, this little boy went probably 100 feet screaming. He got a free Mickey bar. And I mean, it was like, it took me no time to do it. Obviously they encourage making magic. So that was fun. And seeing, his face just glow up immediately was awesome.
Your impact, both of you, saving parents, one Mickey bar, one treat at a time.
Yeah, I feel like we're in this really, really cool environment where, we're making magic as cast members, but also we can experience the magic in our own time. So what is it like for you guys to go to the parks? Is there a favorite park that you have? What is it like for you to enjoy the parks in your own time?
Just a typical day for me. I love to meet characters. That's my favorite thing to do. And in the meantime, I also love to ride rides. I'm a thrill ride person, so that's why Epcot always has my heart, because they have the best roller coaster.
I think my favorite park is definitely Hollywood Studios. I love going on Rock and Roller Coaster. Rockin' is so much fun. Just the 2 loops I love that ride.
Oh, that's awesome. What characters have you gotten to meet? What's your favorite?
So my favorite, probably the ones that made me laugh the most, was Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Oh, and I met them, the first time I met them was with the Disney programs. I attended one of the events. I don't remember which one it was, but I attended one of the events, and that was one of the characters we got to meet, and they are hilarious. But I have this thing where my goal before my program ends is to meet every single character and get a picture with them, because I'm going to create a scrapbook. So I counted, and I only have like 20 more characters to meet. So I'm almost there. But my favorite for sure is Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Where do you meet them?
I met them twice. I met them at Flamingo at one of the events, and then I met them at the Halloween party, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
Oh, they're rare.
Yeah, they're rare.
You gotta be like on top of it.
You definitely.
Gotcha. Have you met any characters, Isaac?
Yeah, I actually met them at Flamingo.
Really?
The favorite character I've ever met was probably Stitch. I've seen him roaming in Tomorrowland in Magic Kingdom. he was awesome. Like, it was so cool. So yeah, big Stitch fan.
Yeah, those are fun characters to meet. Do you guys have any like bucket list goals you want to accomplish before your program ends? Like, I know some people are like, oh, I want to do all 4 parks in one day, or like you want to meet all of the characters. Like, is there anything on your bucket list where you're like, I must do this?
My other goal besides meeting all the characters is to do every single thing at each park, because I feel like this is an experience of a lifetime. I don't know when I'm going to be able to go to Disney whenever I want. I can go for an hour after work if I wanted to. Like, so I'm trying to make the most of it. And that is also my goal, is to experience everything. And of course, like I said, at Epcot, it changes a lot. So at each of the festivals, hopefully I'm able to do everything, but that's my goal.
Yeah, I also want to do everything at all the parks, but I also want to try resort hopping. But I want to go to every resort. Like, don't miss a resort. Just one day, strictly focus on just kind of like going to the resorts, because not many people can like really just go, you know? And I feel like being able to say that I could just go and use the transportation they offer us would be awesome.
When you say resort hopping, are you like running around each of the, you're like, okay, here I am at Grand Floridian, all right, running to the, or are you like, no, I'm gonna sit, I'm gonna enjoy, I'm gonna walk around? Like, how much time are you taking?
You gotta enjoy. You gotta
Okay.
get something from the cafe. Obviously Contempo Cafe and Contemporary is a must. Grand Floridian has their own cafe. It's also pretty good. So every resort has really unique items, and I think that all of them would be perfect to just at least try one thing of.
So basically what I'm hearing is we just gotta, like, as soon as we're done with this, go check off some stuff from the bucket list.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm on my way.
The rest of the day.
Right.
We're meeting all of your characters. We're going to all of the resorts.
I'm doing
Perfect.
every attraction.
All right, it's a wrap. Let's go. Just kidding. So I want to take a moment and go back kind of to talk about your collegiate experience. And Isaac, I'm going to start with you. You are a first generational college student. What has that been like, and what has the impact of being on the Disney College program as a first gen student been?
Yeah, so it's a little bit different because at Flamingo and within the program, I surround myself with so many different people. So there's a lot of other first generation students that I've met, and people who kind of are in the same boat where it's like they're so new to it that they can't really ask other people for advice. Like, you know, you can't really ask your parents for college advice because they don't know. And, you know, it's hard to give advice from something they don't know. So being able to go to each other and go to my friends and be like, hey, how does this work? Have you done this before? It's a lot of help. And it really helps out a lot. And there also is people within Apprentice Hall that I can ask for help too at Flamingo Crossings. So, you know, just being able to know that somebody's there to give me the advice I need is a big, big must.
And really quick, for anyone who might not know, what is Apprentice Hall?
Apprentice Hall is at Flamingo. It's ran by Disney Programs. It's pretty much, they're there for everything you need. If you need help, advice, anything, they also are the same people who organize the different lectures and other things like that. So it's a lot of fun.
Nice. And then I know for you, Tasia, you're very, very proud to represent an HBCU, the historically Black college or university. So a few things with this, right? You came to us for a part of the Disney College Program HBCU cohort, which is powered by Disney on the Yard. So can you explain a little bit of what that is and how Disney on the Yard in general has just been so fun for you in this experience?
So yes, I graduated from the illustrious Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University, which is an HBCU, which also means historically Black college and university. So when I came here, essentially with the Disney on the Yard program, it provided the opportunity for a lot of us students that graduated or currently still attend HBCUs can work for the company and gain mentoring, networking, and career development opportunities. And I think it's so important because it just provides a door for anyone that attends those types of universities. And also you have a lot of first generation students that come from HBCUs, and sometimes they feel maybe as though they don't have a voice, or maybe that they're not sure how to get a jump start within their careers. So within the Disney on the Yard cohort and with the mentoring programs, we were able to network and gain skills that we could use here at the Walt Disney Company and outside back at our universities as well.
Yeah. And so, of course, right, we see people who look like us while we're here. But what was it like to experience that program with other people who attend HBCUs or have graduated from them?
Honestly, I felt like it was just a big family reunion. And it was so fun because I didn't realize the impact of the program until the first welcome week. And I went into the ballroom at Coronado and I just saw everyone that attended at HBCU. And then towards the end of that event, we got to network with a lot of business executives that look like us. And I think that's so important because sometimes you don't really know like who is on top of the company. You kind of see like the different levels, but you never really get to meet one-on-one with executives. So I thought that was super cool, and it just showed and set the tone for the beginning of the program to where you have a backbone, and if you need anything, that they're always there for you.
You guys have both kind of talked about this a little bit, but from what you've shared, it sounds like the community aspect and like finding friends has been a really big part of the program for both of you. How do you guys, one, how do you make friends? How do you like find that community? And then how has that shaped your experience with the program?
So taking the opportunities offered by the Disney Programs Learning Team, the sessions that they have, I was able to meet a lot of friends there. And then also I attend as many networking events as I can, which allowed me to meet a lot of individuals from the Disney on the Yard program who I still to this day stay in contact with. Also my roommates, anytime I get a new roommate, I always leave like a little note with my number just to open up that line of communication so that they know it may be scary starting something new, but you have someone that is here for you. And I think that's also important to set this tone in the beginning of friendships, or even just when you're first meeting someone, just saying, hey, how are you doing? It goes a long way. So I think that's also how I am. And then also in my workplace as well, we get a lot of new CPs or full-time or part-timers that come. So also just greeting them, asking them, hey, how are they doing? It goes a long way. And you never know that meaningful connection that you can make along the way just by saying hi to someone.
Honestly, you have that energy. When you walked in here today, I was like, oh, the vibe like shifted. Oh, yeah. You're like a ray of sunshine. Wow, dream roommate. For real.
You know.
She's like, I know. All right, and then Isaac, what about you?
Yeah, so I'm kind of like the same way. I tend to talk to everybody, and I'm really bad with names, so I won't remember anybody's name. But I'll remember faces. So talking to everybody kind of helps a lot. And then, I mean, coming to the program, you have 3 built-in friends just moving into your apartment. So, you know, whether you know them before your program or not, you're able to really connect with those 3 people because you'll see them every day. So I think that was a lot of help.
So you guys have friends that are back home watching this right now. So proud to be seeing you guys, right? And and I'm sure there are also other people who want to be in your shoes and want to be on the program. What advice do you have for those people who are either maybe on the fence or they're ready to go and they're on the way? Whatever their situation is, what advice do you have for them?
Okay, so I would just say, do it. Step out of your comfort zone and become comfortable being uncomfortable, because you never know what opportunities it may bring. When I came here, I honestly came just to apply and just to see what happened. I honestly had no intentions of networking and doing all the opportunities that I was given. And even becoming a trainer, that was not on my radar at all. But the opportunity presented itself. I was kind of hesitant at first, but you have individuals in your corner and leaders in your corner who will push you out of your comfort zone. And I think that's also so important. So I would just say, just do it. You never know what the opportunity may bring.
Yeah, I just do it. Like whenever you click that acceptance button on your offer, like so much stress will be relieved from you. And I think that's like, the one main thing is moving, and moving is not hard, especially when there's so many different people that can help you. And I mean, you could talk to a recruiter like how you did. There are people to make sure that you aren't stressed out or you aren't, overthinking about anything in particular. And it's really just, as long as you can put your mind to it, you could do it.
I have a couple of random questions for you guys. You were talking about like finding community, making friends on the program. Were you guys able to be on campus during your time at university? Like, were you ever rooming with anyone, or was this your first time having roommates?
Yes, I did have roommates prior to joining the program. However, the higher you go within, I guess, my university, you kind of like, you start with sharing a room with someone, and then you may share a restroom with someone, and then you may have your own room and restroom. When I came here, I was kind of nervous, but it also worked out because my roommates are great, and I was able to meet new people as well. So,
Yeah, because I mean, going from having no roommates, and you mentioned being nervous. Like, what is it like coming into that kind of environment? Were you nervous? Like, how did you navigate that?
Oh, I was terrified because essentially I'm in a 4x2, which means I share a restroom with someone, but I have my own room. And I was scared because it's just, I'm a clean person, and sometimes you may not get someone that's always clean. But however, there was a roommate that was already living there, and she left us a note basically like introducing herself. So that kind of made us feel more welcoming and comfortable. So that's also why now I also leave a note and write my number and just like introduce myself so that we're on the same page and then we can meet. So I feel like just being open and just creating that open line of communication for you and your roommate, because it'll completely set the tone. Like, don't go in just with not good intentions, because it may not be the best experience. So I feel like if you go in with your head held high, thinking positive, it'll probably be much better.
So you went from having no roommates to coming in and having, I think you said 3,
Yeah.
right? So what was that transition like? And then for anyone who maybe is in a similar situation or who just might be a little apprehensive, what advice do you have?
Yeah, so I was able to link with one roommate. I found him like randomly through like an Instagram page. And it was like, we had the same hobbies. It was like video games and sports. Cool. Okay. And then I like just randomly was texting him, and then we linked, and I never met this person, never even had a phone call with this person. So that was scary. But then it was like the thought of, I would rather sort of know somebody rather than go in and not know anybody. So when I first met him, we had dinner at Disney Springs. He was awesome. I was like, this program is going to be so easy. Got it. And then I got there and then realized I didn't have any roommates. And it was like, okay. So it was actually just me and him in the apartment for the first like month and a half.
Oh, wow.
And then we got 2 new roommates, and it threw us off because we were like, it's just been us for the last month. Like, where are you going to put your stuff? All of our stuff's over here. Like, and then, I mean, we finally, like, after like a week, we kind of all hit it off. Everybody went to the parks. We always would hang out. It was a lot of fun. I mean, on football Sundays, all 4 of us would sit out in the living room watching football. So that was fun. And it kind of just opened for like, it was like 3 brothers who just kind of like were there. And, obviously you weren't related to them. You didn't know them a month ago, but you immediately connected with them. And that was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So basically what I'm hearing is totally valid to be a little scared.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like anywhere you go, you're living with strangers. You don't know these people yet. Totally valid to be a little apprehensive. But I love the advice that you guys both gave. That was awesome.
So for those who aren't aware, when you come to the Walt Disney World Resort, pretty much everything that you need is either right within the bubble and on property or kind of like on the outskirts. So for you guys, have you had a chance to kind of get out of the area and explore Orlando or Florida a little bit?
I have. So I was able to go to Daytona Beach. And when I went there, it was kind of like a breath of fresh air because I brought my book and I just kind of like colored and sketched just for just some peace. And then I also had my music and I watched a lot of the kids playing, people surfing and just having a good time on the beach. I also had the opportunity to go to downtown Orlando. The skyscrapers are huge. It was so nice to see how fast the city of Orlando is. And then also next month I'll have the opportunity opportunity to go snowboarding a few hours away, which is I know it's going to be fun just because I've never been before, and snow in Florida, it's never heard of, but it is happening. So stay tuned.
Yeah, so I haven't been too much, but on 4th of July, I went to Cocoa Beach. That was a lot of fun. It was my first time going to a beach other than California, and the water is so warm. Like in California, the water is freezing cold. You don't want to get in. Like you'll stay on the sand and not go in the water. But here it was like, oh my gosh, the water was warm. I felt like I was in like the bath. And that was so much fun. We watched fireworks and kind of just had a beach day. So I want to go back.
I was going to ask you if you went in the water because I'm a West Coast girly too. And you're right. The Pacific Ocean is so freezing cold and the Atlantic is so not, especially in July.
It's weird.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's wild.
I just remember going in like as I was a little kid and just, nope, not going in ever again. It was way too cold.
Opinions on the Atlantic.
That's probably why there's more sharks.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I feel like in the summer it's like a little rough because it's so like warm. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a Pacific girly till I die, so I'm not even I don't even touch that.
So on our Instagram at Official Disney Programs, we've been inviting our followers to submit some questions about the Disney College program. And we want to know if you guys can take care of answering those questions.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay, cool. So the first one comes from Lena, and she wants to know what are some activities or some examples of activities that participants can participate in throughout the week?
Yeah, so I don't know if it's really throughout the week because it's not every week, but they do offer, different activities at Flamingo, whether it's different sessions or Discover Disney's or different activities that Flamingo puts on. It allows us to, you really know that there's always something happening, whether it's a welcome day, which happens pretty frequently, or a Discover Disney. What Discover Disneys have you done?
So I've done the Toy Story Land one where I was able to go backstage and learn about the Imagineering aspect of the Toy Story Land. And then I've also done Smuggler's Run in Galaxy's Edge, Hollywood Studios.
There's always something to do. And that's the best part of living at Flamingo.
Nice. Holly, you want one of these?
I do.
All right, go for it.
What is a Discover Disney, first of all? You guys mentioned that.
So Discover Disney is essentially an opportunity to where you can take a backstage tour of an attraction at one of the Walt Disney World Resort's parks.
Super exclusive, and it's free. You just have to really pay attention and grasp the ride. There's every ride you can think of. We've seen parades, Magic Kingdom parades. They do one for, they've done one for Fantasmic. They do it for everything.
2 words we love to hear: exclusive and free. Okay, so this next question comes from Elizabeth. Elizabeth asked, how do you extend your program? Ooh, that's a good one because you guys both extended. How did you make that decision?
When I started on the HBCU cohort, essentially I fell in love with the program and I knew that I wanted to stay longer. So when the opportunity was presented for me to extend into my current role, I was able to do so, and I'm still currently there today.
Yeah, so a few months into my program, I got an email by Disney recruiters to extend. And it was the same thing where it was, I can either extend into a different role or extend into my same role. And I love my current role, so I decided to stay, and I did the longest program extension I could, which I'm excited for. And it was super easy to extend. Once you're kind of in the program, it allows you to push yourself further within the company. So it's not as hard once you complete the program.
Nice. What were you guys kind of hoping to get from the extension? Like, why did you choose to extend?
So just like Isaac, I extended as far out as I could as well, just because I knew that I enjoyed my program and I wanted to network and connect for as long as I possibly could. And as a result, I was able to become a trainer at my location, which essentially allowed me to connect and network with my leaders and to grow as a professional within my current role. And my goal is to do the Disney Hospitality Leadership Program.
Okay, slay. And then Isaac, you obviously also extended for the longest possible time. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so because I extended, I feel like I got way more opportunity within my same role. I'm allowed to explore within becoming a stalker, and we handle money, and we're able to like close out the carts, close up the money bags, and then give it to our general tellers. I feel like going from vending to stocking, vending being like working at the carts and selling the product to the guests, it's way different. And I feel like there's way more for me to do currently now that I have extended for longer.
Awesome. All right, Josiah, last question.
Absolutely.
Take us home.
Okay, so this one comes from Mia, who wants to know, what's your favorite park to visit on your day off?
Epcot, easily. Just because they have my favorite attraction, which is Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. It's just so fun. And I finally, last week, I rode the attraction and I got every single song. So
Whoa.
I've been here since May of 2023, and it took me that long to get all the songs, but I'm so happy.
I'm still trying to get all 6 songs.
Aww.
I only need one more, but my favorite park is Hollywood Studios. I really love Fantasmic. Obviously, the Star Wars area is really cool. Love it. And there's just so much to do there.
First of all, I have to say you guys have been absolutely killing it. This has been so much fun to talk to you and get to know you. So just thank you for sharing everything that you've been talking about today. Before you leave, we just want to play a quick game with you. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. So simply put, this or that Disney edition. We'll shout something out. Whatever your answer is, just let us know right away. Cool? Awesome. All right. Holly, you go first.
All right, I'll start. Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach?
Typhoon.
Typhoon.
Ooh, unanimous.
Okay. Mickey Pretzel or Mickey Ice Cream Bar?
Mickey Ice Cream Bar.
Ice cream bar for sure.
Okay.
Seeing the animals at Animal Kingdom or traveling the world at Epcot?
Send me around the world. I like to travel.
The animals at Animal Kingdom.
All right. Get into the parks when they open or staying until they close?
Staying until they close.
I agree. Staying until they close.
I feel like I know the answer to this. Happily Ever After at Magic Kingdom or Fantasmic at Disney Hollywood Studios?
Fantasmic.
Fantastic.
Opening shifts or closing shifts?
Closing.
Opening.
Ooh.
Opening.
My mind doesn't wake up that early.
Meeting characters or riding attractions?
Riding attractions.
Meeting characters.
Yeah.
Meeting characters.
All right. East Village or West Village?
East.
West. West side
East
is the
better.
best side.
Whoa. I'm uncomfortable with the energy in the studio right now. Okay, last question. Applying for the Disney College Program or not applying for the Disney College Program?
Applying for the Disney College Program.
We'd love to hear it. Okay, that is all we have for this or that. I'm going to echo Josiah and just say thank you so much again for being here and just sharing more of your experiences.
Thanks for having
Thank you
us.
for having
Thank you
us.
so much.
Well, that's all we have for today's episode. Wherever you are, whether you're listening or watching, give a big round of applause for both Tasia and Isaac.
And stay tuned because in our next episode, we're going to be introducing you to 2 more Disney College Program participants. We'll see you next time.